Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Khairi Arya bin Alias. My medic number is BS07171004 and I've been supervised by RRTS Dr. Muhammad Hafiz bin Harun and my thesis is on design and fabricate rollover warning device for heavy vehicles. Okay, the presentation outline. The presentation we divided into 6. Firstly is introduction, background studies, problem statement, objective, scope, and lastly the methodology. Okay, for the introduction, in Malaysia, road accidents are increasing day by day, even though we have technology related to vehicle safety. This involved heavy vehicle, and heavy vehicle was one of the most accident happen in Malaysia road. Type of heavy vehicles such as lorry, truck, and prime mover. Okay, this is the statistic. Okay, this data is taken from Traffic Branch Bukit Aman. Okay, the total motor vehicle involved in road accident by type of vehicle Malaysia from 2007 until 2016. Okay, I'm focusing on lorry because the lorry is my subject of this research. Okay, we look at the year 2007. Okay, lorry lorry that involved in a road accident has 47,689 that involved accident in 2008. Okay, the number increasing to 48,250 and 2009 the number decreased, okay, to 46,724 and the number increased again in 2010 by 50,438 and keep increasing to 53,078 in 2011. But in 2012, the number of the lorry that involved accident dropped to 42,158 and keep increasing to 39,278 in 2013 and continue to decrease in 37,481 in 2014 and still decrease, okay, in 2015 by 34,942. By 2016, the number increased to 35,054. Okay, this is the data. The data is concerning, and immediately this resolution need to be held. Okay, from Malaysia we go to the worldwide. Okay, this is the worldwide accident report. Okay, this source is taken from the University of Michigan Transportation Research Institute and the National Automotive Sample Survey General Estimate System Press Database. Okay, we look at the fatal truck accident worldwide. Okay, in year 2007, okay, the truck that involved in accident is worth 5,049 and life loss due to the accident is 796. Okay, in year 2008, the truck that involved in accident is 4,352 and the life loss due to the accident is 339 and for year 2009, the truck that involved the accident is 3,450 and life loss is 487 and lastly the year 2010, the truck that involved the accident is 3,389 and the losses of life is 540. Okay, we go to the pie chart. Okay, the contribution of accident factor 2008 worldwide. Okay, this source is taken from NHTSA of USA. Okay, the pie chart is divided into 3. One is human factor, road weight factor, and vehicle factor. Okay, the human factor contribute 93% from all combination of accident factor. The second is roadway factor and that the percent is 34% and lastly the vehicle factor and that is 13%. Okay, this is the example of the rollover that happened especially in Malaysia. Okay, there are 4 of them and all of them happen in the in the highway. Okay, the background study. This project is to overcome the heavy vehicle accident which caused by the rollover. Okay. Okay, to overcome this accident, an early warning device is created to generate an early warning to the driver, which help the driver able to have an appropriate time to correct the maneuvering. Okay, the problem statement. Okay, first we have to know what is the meaning of the rollover. The rollover is involving of any vehicle rolling over a true longitudinal or lateral axis of 60 degrees or more. Okay, the rollover occur as a vehicle lost control on two wheels and move to either side. Rollover also occur when a vehicle collide and flip onto the side on each side or roof. Okay, still in a problem statement. Okay, the high vehicle profile such as heavy truck, SUVs and buses are more higher risk because this type of vehicle have high center of gravity. Okay, the sudden steering, drastic pass changes or rapid curve at high speed may cause a vehicle center of gravity to shift it to the side and turn. And also too much weight with turning while turning will become an even greater possible to roll over. Okay, the goal of research or the objective of this research is to modify the rollover index algorithm for heavy vehicle to optimize the parameter of the modified rollover index algorithm for heavy vehicle, and lastly to design and fabricate rollover warning device for heavy vehicles. Okay, scope of the research. Okay, firstly, we have to selected rollover index algorithm is modified to improve the performance of the rollover warning system. Secondly, the rollover index algorithm for heavy vehicle is proposed by employing a modified rollover index algorithm with vehicle speed and driver steering input. Thirdly, the rollover index algorithm is developed based on the fastest time response proposed by previous researchers. And lastly, the rollover warning device is designed and fabricated using a microcontroller. Okay, the limitation. Okay, there are two limitations. Okay, firstly, the prime mover. The prime mover is government properties. This is the prime mover is the government property and is on the premise of the institute. And the institute is in Institute Kebaran Mara, Jasim Melaka. And to test run is limited due to staff and student safety factor. Okay, this is the limited of the prime mover. Okay, and secondly, the experimental lab season. Okay, the time of use of the laboratory and the tests carried out are very limited. Plus the factor of time and travel to retain are very strict. Okay. Okay, this is my research review. Okay, this is some of journal that I take as my guide and my reference. Okay, to my thesis. Okay, take there are four examples. Okay, firstly is Muhammad Amirul Afin bin Arifin from UTM Malaysia. The title is investigate of rollover performance for Malaysian bus superstructure. Secondly is Johan Gover Living Organ Permit. The title is Heavy Duty Vehicle Rollover Detection and Active Road Control. The thirdly is uh, Ihsan Nuzaki Saiful Ahmad Ramli Rohizat, and the title is the effect of vehicle and the road condition on rollover of commercial heavy vehicle during cornering, a simulation approach, and the lastly the Kazimian Amir Hossein, and the title of the journal is rollover index of the diagnosis of trip and untrip rollover. The literature review. Okay, from the literature review, okay, I concluded there are three major components. Uh, in my research. They are area warning indication, rollover index, and optimization tool. Okay, for the area warning indication, okay, why the area warning indication is important because there has been a lack of time for the actuator to react appropriately when the vehicle tend to roll over. Okay, and the warning indication is very important to estimate the rollover probability in advance and also to alert the driver when the vehicle is tend to roll over. Okay, rollover have uh, rollover index. There are four type of rollover index, and there are type of vehicle rollover, type of rollover index, static roll instability, and dynamic roll instability. And for the optimization tool, there are four. Okay, firstly is particle swarm optimization or PSO, reputation search algorithm, and genetic algorithm, and lastly the end colonized optimization. Okay, type of vehicle rollover, there are five type of vehicle rollover, and they are turnover, take over, climb over, end over end, and bounce over. Okay, type of rollover index. The type of rollover, there are two type of rollover index, trip and untrip. Okay, what is trip and what is untrip? Okay, trip rollover occur when a vehicle tire make contact with an object, causing the vehicle lateral motion to come to a halt and the vehicle to roll around the obstacles such as rock, soil, a ramp, and a ramp are common tripping hazard. And for untrip, it's caused by steering input, velocity, and ground friction. Okay, extreme steering maneuver just like J-hook, quick turn, and quick lane change all play a role in this type of collision. Methodology: rollover warning device is designed and fabricated to overcome this accident. Okay, and its function is to give an early warning to the driver before the vehicle tend to roll over. Okay, for the methodology, okay, this is a flowchart and a Gantt chart. Okay, the project flowchart process. Okay, I will explain. Okay, firstly, we start with the literature review. Okay, to find the information, and from there we evaluate the rollover segment, and after that we modify rollover index, and from there we automate. Okay, and from the automation, we evaluate the time response. Okay, if no, we have to turn back to automation, and we have to tune the automation parameter, tune the optimization parameter. If yes, we continue with design and fabricate, and from there we will we make a report writing, and after that the end of the process. For the Gantt chart, okay, the writer report started in week 1 until week 40. Okay, we started with the introduction in week 1 until week 3, the background at week 1 to week 2, the problem statement in week 2, the research objective in week 2 and week 3, the scope of research is from week 2 to week 3, literature review from week 4 until week 12. Okay, early warning indication from week 4 until week 7. The roll index from week 5 to week 8. Okay, implementation and testing is from week 5 to week 10, and optimization tool is from week 6 to until week 11. Methodology week 7 until week 9. Introduction, process flowchart from week 7 until week 9. Gantt chart with 8 until week 11, and lastly the software in the loop, or we call it SIL, and hardware in the loop HIL. We started from week 3 until week 40. Okay, so software in the loop, we call it SIL. Okay, The algorithm input will be applied to software in the loop using the truck sim driving simulator. Okay, the the important data will be included in the simulator, such as vehicle type, speed, and steering angle. Okay, this data must be entered into the truck sim driver simulator software. Okay, from that the truck sim driver simulator will create the input dash and the input is steering input and vehicle velocity. Okay, as you see in the slide, we have symbol V and also a Greek symbol data. V is for vehicle velocity and data for the steering input. Okay, and now we move to the second block. Okay, this meter V and also data will be used as input to the rollover index algorithm. The rollover index algorithm will be used in MATLAB or Simulink software to generate the rollover index value. Okay. This value can use to determine whether the vehicle is prone to rolling over or not. Okay. Okay. When the vehicle is on the verge of rolling over, the index value is greater than one. Okay. Okay, when the value is higher than one, okay, the vehicle will begin to play and it will set illuminate. Okay, will be flash. Okay, okay, this is hardware in the loop as or the short form is HIL. Okay, 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 the truck sim software is used to obtain the real vehicle simulation as well as the output graph to compare with the output graph of the MATLAB Simulink software. Okay, so before we applying the Arduino Uno board, okay, have you seen the blue one is we call it the Arduino Uno board. Okay, the set of block model is created for the rollover index parameter. Okay, the device was equipped with a trigger output component, okay, such as LED set, speaker, okay. The PD product will be put in the box, in the steel box, okay. Okay, then we will include we include with the three toggle switch, bulb indication, unladen, half laden, and laden. Okay. So the simultaneously the LED will eliminate when the velocity and driver steering input meet the requirement set up. For example, when the rover index cross the RSF 0.75. Okay, this is the block diagram used in MATLAB. Okay, this is the parameter. Okay, this is the parameter used for this project. Okay, which is the prime mover. Okay, uh, for the conclusion, this prime mover is a main vehicle used in transportation and for delivering goods. Okay. Uh, so my research paper is focused on this type of the vehicle, and that is the prime mover. Okay, to uh, and it is the paper we use to overcome the rollover. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you very much.